Welcome back everybody to part 2 of Game Over. Here we are driving through the streets of London, heading towards the centre. Okay, time now for the preview. Now the game is Half-Life, the Opposing Force. Now, it's meant to be like an added extra to the 1998 classic Half-Life. Now, is it a sort of like improvement, or is it basically the samey kind of game? I'll tell you what, you decide. Take a look at this.
This is Half-Life Opposing Force by Gearbox Software, and it promises to deliver what die-hard gamers have been gagging for. Once again, it's back to the troubled Black Mesa research facility, but this time, however, you are a soldier on a cleanup mission into the Opposing Force tagline, and not hero scientist Gordon Freeman. It transpires that whilst travelling to the facility, your army chopper mysteriously crashes, and when you awake, your buddies are either dead or missing. Being the curious rookie that you are, you decide to enter Black Mesa and figure out what's going on. There's a whole bunch of new weapons available in the game, including Mario's favourite, the pipe wrench, ideal for close quarter combat, and there's even an alien barnacle launcher, very weird. Gearbox have hinted that you might even run into Gordon Freeman himself whilst exploring the new levels. Next up, we have Diablo 2, the sequel to one of the best-selling PC action RPGs ever. The biggest improvement by far is the visuals, which now benefit from 3D acceleration. Key enhancements include better transparency, realistic lights and shading, as well as atmospheric weather effects and souped-up frame rates. The environments have also been thoroughly upgraded, and now you can zoom in and out of the action seamlessly. New characters in the sequel include the Paladin, Amazon, Necromancer, Sorceress and Barbarian, and all have strengths and weaknesses, whether it be in spellcasting or combat. Both titles will hopefully arrive for Christmas '99.
Now, while I'm driving through the streets of London, being shouted at by black cab drivers and buses keep cutting me up, stay in the bus lane, thank you. Mo, he gets the good job, right? He went off to Preview 2000, which is an arcade show, to take a look at what some of the latest games will be hitting our arcades next year. Take a look at this.
Fight!
Sega Rally, Bridge Racer, Virtua Fighter and Tekken, all great arcade games that have been converted to home consoles, so when the Novotel arcade show comes around, the Game Over crew will be fools to miss it. This year's event was as spectacular as ever, showcasing some of the excellent new coin-ops available. Sega definitely stole the show with some brilliant new titles, including the next game in their popular Virtua series titled Virtua Tennis. This was one of a range of games running on the Dreamcast-powered Naomi board. Virtua Tennis features famous faces like Jim Courier and Tim Henman, all realistically modelled in their polygon form. The game is easy to get into but has plenty of hidden moves and tricks to discover. Graphically, this is the best looking tennis game by far, and one nice feature is the atmosphere enhancing real-time cutscenes. Crazy Taxi has a lot to answer for. The original Naomi debut title has paved the way for Emergency Call Ambulance. This time, however, the cab has been replaced by said ambulance and the passengers are no longer paying punters, being replaced by the injured humans you have to pick up. The object of the game is to deliver your patient to the nearest hospital quickly and safely. In Crazy Taxi, passengers will jump out of the vehicle if you drove recklessly, but this time around they are more likely to lose consciousness, so top driving skills are needed. Sticking to the driving theme, this is Jumbo Safari. You are a scientist who captures animals. Your equipment includes a jeep, lasso and a net that you can launch like a rocket. Before you can capture your animal, however, you need to spot them using your handy binoculars. Once they're in your sight, let the chase commence. Sega showcased another game based on the emergency services, but this time it was of the light gun, or should we say light hose variety. Brave firefighters has you putting out dangerous flames and rescuing trapped people. Once again, cutscenes have been added for dramatic effect, even though some of them have been blatantly nicked from the movie backdraft. Speaking of light guns, Namco chose Novotel to reveal the third game in its popular Time Crisis series. Entitled Crisis Zone, the game sticks with the classic foot pedal and gun control system, but the single-shot pistol has been replaced by a rapid-fire machine gun. Some complain this made the new game less accurate, however. Another interesting change is the use of the pedal. Now you hide behind a portable bulletproof shield that you carry around with you. The real star of the show, however, was Yu Suzuki's exhilarating Ferrari 355 Challenge. The game came in two varieties, the first being a triple Naomi-powered free-screen monster version for top single-player thrills. The second variation was a single-screen linked-up cabinets, perfect for frantic multiplayer racing. The game provides different race modes for novice, intermediate and expert drivers, and a selection of courses to race on. Another neat new feature was the VMS port, so gamers could save their best lap times. No doubt this will prove handy when the game is converted to Dreamcast. We can't wait.
Okay, viewers, as promised, time now for our big review. Now, as we know, driving games are very popular, and the king of all of them has to be Grand Theft Auto. Well, not for much longer, for that is about to be knocked off its throne by Grand Theft Auto 2. Yes, this is a proper sequel. As you know, early on in the year, we had the Mission package, which was set in the 60s with Grand Theft Auto. This one is very, very, very controversial. I mean, I thought Grand Theft Auto 1 upset loads of people. This, well, people are going to be pulling out their hair and protesting, oh, it's going to cause mayhem. Want to know more? Well, here are the assassins to tell you what they think of Grand Theft Auto 2.
You've got the Rozzers on your tail and Elvis up ahead. It can only be GTA 2, so over to those assassins.
So here we go with the sequel to possibly the most controversial game of all time, Grand Theft Auto 2. It's much the same if you're just looking from one perspective, but it's not the same because the depth is outstanding.
Now GTA really does prove that graphics don't matter, because the original wasn't the best looking game in the world, but it sold by the bucket load. Now we've got the same top-down view this time around, and it's had tweaks. It looks even better. You've got nice shading effects there, but once again, it's not about the visuals, it's about the crazy gameplay, it's about the options and the sheer complexity that is on offer.
This time you're not the only bad apple in the barrel, because there are others out there. There are other people trying to mug you, for instance. Or if you go to steal a car and you come across the inhabitant, they may actually shoot you. They're defending their turf and they're defending their property this time, so it makes for a bit more thought from the user.
Now basically GTA takes all the best things about GTA and expands on them in a big, big way. The first thing that you notice is the wide variety of gangs in there now. You've got the Yabatsu Corporation, they're like the kind of big underworld mafia type jobby. You've got the Yakuza. You've got the rednecks, you know, you've even got the Hare Krishna gangs. And speaking of Hare Krishnas, I mean, that was one of the key funny things about the prequel. But this time around, they've, you know, even expanded upon that. You've got gangs of Elvis impersonators walking around to mow down unexpectedly.
The Rozzers themselves have really improved. They've gone up a gear, if you like, because in the first game they were aimlessly trying to catch you through every level.
Up and down. So which one are you rooting for, sir?